Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. So today, I think I'm going to start, and I emphasize the word start, a Skybox rendering system so that I can have like a nice environment to look in and not just a light blue background. I can have like a cloud, sky, or I don't know, whatever I want basically. So let's get started with that. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it, but just like everything else I've done, I'm just going to start at one end and keep going until I get something that I like, or at least something I could improve upon later. So let's see. I'm going to make a new renderer for this like I have these other ones. So I'm just going to copy one of these and modify it. I'm just trying to decide what the best one to use is. I'm trying to think what I need. It's really just a textured mesh, but this time I don't even need normals because there's not going to be any lighting on it. So it's really just rendering 6 quads. So yeah, I think I'm going to just use the textured mesh one and then cut out all the stuff I don't need. Put it down below all these other ones here. So textured mesh renderer, let's call this Skybox. And so the vertex constants, I'm pretty sure I need the same. Actually, I don't know. I don't even need a model matrix. I just need a camera. And the pixel constants, I'm trying to think. I don't think I need anything. It's really just a texture. I don't even know if I need these at all. I'm going to just leave them. I'm going to leave it there, but I'm going to just leave it blank. So yeah, I need a vertex buffer, an index buffer, constant buffer. Maybe you don't need that. I don't know. I'll find out. Shaders, input layout, default texture. Yeah, but the way I do the texture is going to be different. I need to do a cube map, and I don't even think I need any of that stuff here. All right, so with all that being done, I can try to initialize it. And I'll just copy this one again. And just put it there. I should really come up with a way to unify this because I'm repeating a lot of the same code. But I don't know. I'll add that to the to-do list. Possibly, what's the word for that? I'll say unify, even though I don't think that's really technically what I mean. Possibly unify renderer initialization code. There we go. Okay, so this all needs to be Skybox. Oh, actually, I need to make a constant for the Skybox renderer. Yeah. All right, so with that being done, I can now make these all say Skybox. I need all of this. I, of course, need to make a Skybox shader. Where's my... Yes, let me copy this guy here. All right, so I need a position. I don't need a normal. The vertex output. I do need a position. I don't think I need any of that stuff. Well, I need a UV coordinate. That's it. Constants, I don't need that. I don't need any of these right now. Pixel input, same thing. Yeah. Texture, I don't know if that's going to change or not. I'm going to have to look at some docs here pretty soon. So I don't need to do that. And let's just, for now, I'm just going to do the same thing I do all the time when I'm checking, when I'm just building up a render. I'm just going to return a solid color. Make it red. All right, of course I got errors because I'm still in the middle of doing all of this. So this should be Skybox. All that should stay the same, except for this. All right, so the input layout doesn't need that, but then this is going to change. This is going to be 3. So I only have 2 attributes, and yeah, that should all be good. Buffer descriptor. So it's not going to be dynamically written. I'm actually just going to set the buffer and just tell the graphics card to render from that buffer as it is. And so this should be Skybox. This should be Skybox. This should be Skybox. This should be Skybox. This should be 5 because there's 3 positions, 2 textures. 3 position coordinates and 2 texture coordinates. And I think everything else more or less stays the same. And I should have a default texture, but it's going to be a different kind of texture. Yeah, so I got that default texture. Let me. Where? There we go. Okay. Still got a bunch of errors here, so let's clean this up here. Oh, probably should change the name of the function. And vertex data used. Oh yeah, I don't need this stuff here. Yeah, I don't think I need that. Vertex stride on 390. Did I delete that? I do need that. Oh yeah, I need both of these actually. There we go. Okay, so of course it's going to run because I'm not calling that function, but I will. Okay, and it crashes, which is fine because vertex main is not completely initialized. Something's up with that. So vertex main, vertex output, output dot position is the multiplication. Okay, so input has position, which is fine. What did it say again? Output value, vertex main is not completely initialized. I don't know what you mean by that. Give me better warnings and errors. Why is it not completely initialized? Input position. Document vector material. Is it this? What if I just say it's float for all zeros? No. 26. What am I doing differently? Am I forgetting a semicolon? I don't know what you think is wrong with my shader, but I'm trying to tell you there's nothing wrong with it. Oh, can't. Okay, so something is it because I got this empty C buffer here? I don't think so. So it must be something's messed up with the way I'm initializing everything. Probably my vertex attribute setup is all broken. Let's check this here, go through it a little slower. So Skybox pixel name. But this is, wait. Okay, so anyway, the position, RGB, so 3 floats, 2 floats for the UV coordinate. Oh, you know, I bet you, yeah, there's probably something wrong with something. It is 5, right? 3 floats, 2 floats. There's no vertex offset. All right, this is a shot in the dark, but what if I just completely returned that only? I need to recompile the shader changes. But yeah, cannot convert from constant float 4 to struct vertex. Oh yeah, that would make sense. But I don't know if I can do that anyway. What if I just return output? Oh wait, I need to create output. All right. This looks more descriptive. Vertex main is not completely initialized. Yes, you told me that. Output variable vertex main contains a system interpreted value, SV position, which must be written in every... Okay, that makes sense. But that's what I was trying to do, and you said you weren't happy with that. So when I say output position is... Oh, because... Wait, no, it's supposed to be 44. Yeah. Is it because I'm not writing to the UV coordinates too? Is that right? Error creating pixel constant buffer. Okay, well at least I fixed the vertex problem. And it could not create the pixel constant buffer because there are no pixel constants. So I'm going to just comment this out for now. At least I assume that's the reason. It's a pretty valid assumption, I think. So let's skip the part where we're doing the pixel constant buffer. Yeah, actually I can skip all of this stuff here. All right, should be happy with that. There we go. Okie dokie, so now I need to figure out how it wants me to do textures for a cube map. So let's go to the docs, and I remember when I was initially looking at the texture, there was an option to set it as a cube map or something like that. Texture, TD. There we go. Yeah, so this texture descriptor, I think, one of these flags, it gives you the option to change it as a texture cube. No. Require texture cube. Right, maps. Let me just look up cube here. Text cube array. So that's if I want. Hold on. Number of textures in the texture array. The range is from 1 to however many that is. For a texture cube map, which is what I want, this value is a multiple of 6. Makes sense. And the range is from 6 to 2046. Is that a multiple of 6? I assume so. Okay, so I need to set the array size to 6. That's one thing, and I'm sure there's something else. Okay, so the miscellaneous flags. I want to use, okay, so these flags can be combined, blah, blah, blah. For a texture cube map, set the texture cube flag. Cube map arrays that is greater than 6 require, okay, whatever. All right, so yeah, let me try, instead of doing this, let me try to create a cube map. So actually what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make 6 textures, but they're all just gonna be 1 pixel. So let's say text, let me say Skybox left. All right, so the left one, I'll just make it red. Oh no, byte. Wait a minute, oh wait, this can be a texture array. So I'll say SB text. And this is a 2D array. And this is the first array. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so red. I'll just do the colors of the rainbow. Red, orange. How do you do orange? It's kind of like yellow, but darker, right? So like, I don't know, I'm just gonna guess 200 I don't know, 150, oops, not 250, 150, 0. All right, we'll see how close to orange that becomes. So red, orange, and then yellow. I know yellow, that's 255, 255. Yellow, green, that's easy. Blue, that's easy. And purple. Purple's like a, kind of like almost all red. No, I think it's, I don't know, like very little green. There's like 50 green and like less blue, 150, I don't know, something like that. Okay, so those are my textures. Let me see if that compiles. No, missing the subscript. Wait, do I have to define? Whatever, I'll just put it, I know it's gonna be, at least in this case, 6 by 4, is that right? Text undeclared identifier, oh yeah. Yeah, so this is not gonna be done the same way. In fact, I'm just gonna delete that. But I do need to kind of get the way I'm doing that code here, so let me texture 2D. So I'm going to just copy all this for now and put that where I need to. Okay, there it is, finally. All right, all of this. And so now I'm going to modify it. So I made my texture. Yeah, I'll just leave it like that, and then I'll change it to the default texture later. So the texture. So this is going to be SB text, I believe. And the system pitch is, now this is only for one of these, right? I would assume so. Which is bytes per pixel times width, which is just going to be 4. And so the width is 1, the height is 1, that's all fine. This I don't need. RGBA. All right. Oh yeah, so the array size should now be 6. The bind flags should probably stay the same. Sample descriptor count, I think, is, let me look at that. Sample descriptor. And the count is the number of multi-samples per pixel. Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm not multi-sampling yet. So the usage is dynamic, is that right? Yeah, and I want to be able to write to it, I think. I don't know. But then there was something else I needed to. Oh yeah, so then just the miscellaneous flags. Equals this one. All right, then we make texture. Okay, I'm gonna just see if that works. HR, redefinition. Yeah, I guess I don't need to redefine that. Error creating texture. Error creating shader resource. Okay, why? So you're not happy with this, probably because I need to modify this some more. Let me go ahead and search for cube again and see if there's anything else I'm missing. Array size. Okay, so the texture height in texels, this ranges from 1, blah, blah, blah. For a texture cube map, the range is from 1 to that. However, the range is actually constrained by the feature level. Okay. So are you telling me that the height is not per texture? I don't know. I don't think so. Or maybe it doesn't like it being a 2D array. Maybe I have to like unpack it all. Nope. But it probably doesn't mind either. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to put it back because it didn't seem to affect anything either way. So what could else be the problem? So we got the texture here. This is my texture 2D thing. Oh yeah, so I'm just setting the texture there as a resource view, and why can he not work? Okay, well anyway, this is failing, so I know the error has to come somewhere up here. So resource data. Maybe I gotta change something with this. Oh yeah, maybe. So let me just look up cube here. Nothing. Okay, so the pieces of mem. Distance in bytes from the beginning of one line of the texture to the next line. System memory pitch is used for 2D and 3D texture as it is. Wait, am I reading this right? System memory pitch is used only for 2D and 3D texture data as it is has no meaning? Who wrote this? For the other resource types. Specified distance from the first pixel of one 2D slice of a 3D texture to the first pixel of a 2D slice in that texture in the system memory. What? Okay, so I'm assuming I gotta fill out one of these. I just don't know what, because I'm only doing the pitch. I'm not doing the sysmem pitch or slice pitch. From the beginning of one depth level to the next, the system memory slice pitch is only used for 3D texture data as it has no meaning for other resources. Well, I'm not doing a 3D texture, so do they don't consider a texture 2D cube thing as the 3D texture data. Okay, so let me try assuming this is for like all of them. So that would be 4 times 1 times 6. Nada. Okay. That didn't do it. Let me assume the width is all 6 of them. No. Okay, let me go back to this thing here. And let me take a look at what all these other miscellaneous flags we got are. Typo loaded, strict shared resource. I mean, this is the only thing that's got the word cube in it. Well, maybe if I read this, it'll tell me sets a resource to be a texture cube created from a texture 2D array that contains 6 textures. And since I'm telling it that it has 6 textures here, it should work. Why? Why do you not work? RGBA8. That's all good. Bind flags is a... Maybe the bind flags has to be different? Vertex constant shader. Blah, blah, blah. No, doesn't seem like it. Is it because it's not supposed to be dynamic access? Nope. Okay, is there something I'm not filling out? So width, height, MIP levels, array size, format, bind flags, width, height, MIP levels, array size, format, sample descriptor. Oh no, yeah, so the sample descriptors count. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I'm filling out everything except for maybe the sample descriptor. So do I need to set the quality? The image quality level. The higher the quality, the lower the performance. The valid range is between 0 and 1 less than the level returned, blah, 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 for Direct 3D10. I don't care. You can use 2 special quality levels. No, it doesn't say it needs anything special for a cube map. Texture. All right, I'm kind of getting desperate. I'm about to just Google it. Let me just see here. If I just type in Skybox, does it give me any hope? You could not. What if I put a space? What if I put cube map? All right, let me just do this here. D3D11 cube. I'll say cube texture. Okay, so using a 2D texture as a cube, a texture cube, blah, 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 and all this. 2D texture array contains 6 textures that may be read from within shaders within the cube map intrinsic functions after they are bound to the pipeline with cube texture view. Oh, with the cube texture view. Oh, okay, so does that mean my resource view has to be different? Probably. But then that shouldn't affect this though, so I'm gonna hold off on that. Texture descriptor, texture data, and texture. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, so that was kind of helpless. I'm really sick of using Stack Overflow. Game dev. Let me see what this person has to say. Yes, that is all what I want. Mostly concerned with where the texture. Oh, this has got some Direct 3D 10 stuff in there. I don't know if that's going to matter. Swatching. Create a sphere? I'm not doing spheres. Okay, cube map, blah blah blah. I know this. Yeah, isn't because if it's OpenGL, you gotta like specify which texture is like going to which side. So yeah, I'm not doing any of that. So that might be the problem. But of course, the official docs don't say anything about that. But that's not surprising. Okay, so this is creating the texture 2D. You got your own little helper function there, good for you. You got all this stuff. Shader resource view descriptor. Okay, so, well, again, like I know this is not right, but like if I comment all this out, it still gives me the error here before this code runs. So like, yeah, this is probably wrong, but that's not fixing my immediate problem. Okay, so this is not really helpful. There's got a lot of hidden code that not really showing me. Ooh, this might be helpful. Yeah, this is what I was looking for, I think. Okay, so width, height, 1, 6, 1, format is format, which is, yeah, same format. CPU access flags is 0. Mine is, okay, so what if I say 0 and then the usage is default? How about that? Still not happy. Find shader resource. Oh wait, hold on. So array to fill out which we will use to point D3D at our loaded CPU images. So what is going on here? So it creates a sub-resource data thing, which is this. But it's creating 6 of them. I see. Aha. Okay. All right, so I need to make 6 of these things. Oh, what happened? Yeah, so now I don't need to pass in the address of that. There we go. Okay, so no more complaints from you, and then this is probably going to bug out though. Or not. Cool. Doesn't mean it's right, but thank you. Thank you, hlsl.co.uk. Very helpful. Appreciate that. So now, let me go ahead and double check this thing here and see if there's nothing funky I got to do with that. This is so complex. It's like hiding so much stuff. Like, I have no idea what part of a struct I'm filling out by calling this function. I'm just gonna leave it for now. Okay, so I got the actual renderer set up. So now, I don't know. Oh yeah, I also need to set up the vertex buffer with the vertices it needs to render. That would be very helpful. And yeah, obviously I don't need it to be so large. And in fact, well, let me calculate some stuff. So it's a cube. It has 1, 2, 3, so 6 faces. Each face has 4 vertices. 4 times 6. Each vertex has 5 floats. Each float is 4 bytes. So 480 vertices. No, 480 bytes for the vertices. Let me write this down. 480 bytes. And then if I'm, okay, so then I'm doing unsigned short. So 2 bytes for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 per face. 6 times 6 is 36. So 72. So 480 plus 72. Is what? 552. Okay, so then if I instead do all vertices and just render the arrays, then I can use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times 6 times 5 times 4, 720. So it is less expensive to use indices according to my very rudimentary calculations there. Anyway, so this is going to be the size of a float times 5 times, what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4 times 6, 24. And then the am I doing the right buffer? Yeah, vertex buffer. Okay, so that's the vertex buffer, and then the index buffer, it's going to have a different size. So this is not temporary, that's going to be set. Same for you. And then this one is the size of a short multiplied by, so there's 6 per face and there's 6 faces. I just do that math myself. So that should do that. I don't think that'll change any of the way it's behaving. Yep. So now, yeah, so now I actually need to fill this data in there. So yeah, I'm going to do that update sub-resource. Wait, actually, I don't have the data to put in there yet. Let me look at my graphics utilities class or file and see if I can do something with this cube data here. So there's just the positions. Yeah, so I'm going to make another one. So textured cube vertices, that's going to have all of the stuff attached to it. That did not work. All right, I guess I gotta do this a little bit at a time. That's annoying. This is not working. Oh wait, I need to do it like this. That makes sense. And oh yeah, you know, they're the same. That makes things easy. Okay. Commas everywhere. No. Got the commas. Yes. Okay. So does that compile? Yay. So now back to you. Oh yeah, I needed to copy that actually. And yeah, so this is the constant buffers here. And this will just be indices. All right, and it's still happy with that. That's good. So I think all I'm gonna do for the rest of today is just set up a function that will render the Skybox, and then tomorrow or next time, hopefully tomorrow, I will actually work on getting it to render. So render, I'll just put it here. So when I'm rendering the Skybox, I really just need a camera. I don't need any lights. I don't need any extra buffers or anything. Yeah, it's just a camera. And I'm gonna just kind of hijack all this stuff here. Actually, just the beginning part. All right, so I'll set up the vertex shader, the pixel shader, the input layout, the vertex buffer. Yes. Index buffer, short, and constant buffers, and there is no pixel buffer yet, if ever. All right, so once I set everything, yeah, I need to do an update sub-resource for the constant vertex constant buffer. Wait, what you thinking about? Oh yeah, it's just camera. So Skybox, oops. So I want to update the vertex constant buffer with not vertex constants, but with the address of the camera. Camera view, right? But I'm multiplying the. Am I doing that for every render? Wait, okay, so this is the debug buffer. Let me go down to the not create, not create, not create, not create. Okay, render animated mesh. Oh yeah, that's the. Yeah, I am. So I really should just calculate this once and So yeah, let me put that on my to-do list there. I don't really feel like messing with it now. So optimization, I'll put this at the top of the optimizations. Actually, I'm going to change this from miscellaneous to just cleanup. All right, so an optimization is to pre-compute camera projection times camera view matrices. All right, that's not going to take that long, but I don't feel like doing that now. All right, so that all being done, I can now put the sub resource. Okay, so I'm updating the constant buffer, but then I need to do this. Okay, that should do it. Everything still compiles. Yes, everything still runs. Yes. So then once I do that, all I think I need to do, making sure I'm not forgetting anything, is I don't need to update any or map any buffers or anything. Yeah, I think I just need to draw. Okay, so there are 6 times 6 36 indices, and I want to change this to Skybox. Oh no, hold on. Current index count. So this is always going to be 0, and you don't need anything to be added to it. So yeah, just 3600. That should do it. All right. Yeah, so I'm just going to call this, make sure it doesn't crash when I run that function, and then if it works, I will call it a day. So I want to render the Skybox first, because that's always going to be in the background of everything, and I want the alpha blending to know about that. So renders Skybox with my game states camera. Uh-oh. Okay, it does run. It doesn't obviously show the Skybox because I need to change the shader here. I'm just trying to render the color red. But oh yeah, and also telling that the position is kind of pointless. Then the UV coordinates should be input. So yeah, just passing those right through. Oh, I get my box. That's cool. So that is technically my Skybox. Hi, Jispo. I hope I'm saying that right. How are you doing? Hey, you're doing the Fist of the Forgotten game, right? I was watching your stream. It looks pretty fun. Can't wait to play it. I know of you. I wouldn't say I know you. All right, so I'm trying to... Oh, I was actually just about to wrap it up, but I really appreciate that. So yeah, it might be better off sending them somewhere else. But thank you, though. Really, that's really flattering. Next time, though, I will definitely take you up on that. Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, I only stream for about an hour a day, at least until I get things off the ground. Once I get to where I can stop futzing with the engine and working on the actual gameplay, I plan to have some lot longer streams, but yeah, for now I just don't really have the stamina to be dealing with all this documentation and engine work for hours at a time. In fact, yeah, so I got my red cube going there, so I'm going to go ahead and just save that, and then so next time I'm going to make it an official skybox so I can look like I'm living inside of a world here. And actually, you know what? Let me do one more thing. Before I do this, let me see what happens if I just use my texture. In fact, I don't remember how to do that. This. Yeah, so that should be it. Oh. Why is it got my... Oh yeah, I'm not even binding the cube map. That's right. So I just got my texture on there, which kind of looks cool actually. Yeah, so this is actually going a lot smoother than I was anticipating. But yeah, I'm going to change that next time. So I'm going to go ahead and save this and wrap it up. Add everything. Git remote. No, what remote? Commit. That's what I want. Started Skybox. Rendering. Is it doing it? Yeah, okay. And that's it. Thank you, everybody. I will see you next time.